Have you ever bought a batch of leads and then thought to yourself, that was the biggest waste of money I have ever spent in my entire life? Well, if that's you, if you've ever felt that, if you've ever uttered the words, oh my gosh, I've been burned before, then you need to listen to this video, because what I'm going to be breaking down is the reason that the majority of insurance leads suck, specifically for life insurance or annuities. And I'm also going to give you a couple ways that you can fix it to never have that problem again and never have to say the words, I've been burned before again. Because, oh my God, if I had $1 for every time an insurance agent said that, let's just say I would have a lot of dollars. So let's break it in, starting with reason number one, which is that you are not leveraging trillion-dollar, alien-level AI technology. Now, what on earth am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Meta's Facebook Pixel, okay? So essentially, majority of you guys are probably doing Facebook leads or internet leads. For those of you that are still doing direct mail, enjoy paying $80 a lead, okay? But majority of you guys, I'm assuming, are doing internet leads. And the thing is, what you got to realize is there's a couple things that are like issues when you use a lead vendor. One of them is that the conversion loop is not completed. So I'm going to get a little in the weeds on the marketing side just so you guys like fully understand this. But basically, Facebook is a $1 trillion company, right? They go by Meta now. They like change their name. It's kind of weird, but you know, we'll call them whatever they want to. So Meta has this AI algorithm, which essentially the entire platform is based off of. So when you run ads on Meta, so essentially what happens is like there's an auction to see which ad is going to be put in front of whom. So let's just say I'm scrolling through Instagram. If they think I am likely to click on a specific ad, they're going to show me that ad, right? So they're going to show me a bunch of different ads, and based off of what I click on, or what I look at for longer, or what I show interest on, it's a feedback loop. So they're going to start showing me more and more and more of those type of ads until eventually they know exactly what I like and what I want. And they also have 52,000 data points on every single one of their users. So they buy data from, you know, the government and all kinds of stuff, and they basically just kind of like feed that into this like AI system, okay? So imagine like an AI that knows everything about every single person that uses it and is scientifically trained to know who's most likely to convert on any given action. That's the, like, you have access to that currently, but you just aren't using it. Because what happens is when lead vendors run ads, they are optimizing for the lowest cost lead. Their whole business is to generate the lead for as low as a cost as possible and sell it to you at as high of a markup as they can possibly get you to pay, where you'll keep coming back. That's the whole game. That's where their margin is in that gap of what they pay versus what you pay. So your incentives are totally opposite of each other. The lead vendor is going for the lowest cost. You want the highest quality. It's not the same thing. So the lead vendor is optimizing for leads. They want as many leads as possible. The thing is with Facebook, whatever you tell Facebook you want, it will get it for you. Okay, so I used to do e-commerce back in the day, and there's different, like, they call them conversion actions. So there's different conversion actions that somebody can take within e-commerce, right? You can get somebody to view your page. So they call it a view content. You can get someone to add it to their cart. It's called add to cart. You can get someone to initiate checkout, which means they start initiating the checkout but don't actually complete the purchase. Or you can get someone to purchase. So whatever you tell Facebook you want to optimize for is what you'll get. So for example, back in the e-commerce days, like, you would never want to optimize for add to cart, because you would just get a bunch of people who would just add it to their cart and then leave. Like, there's a portion of the population that never buys anything and simply adds things to their cart. That's a massive portion of the population that exists. So, for example, if you're optimizing for leads and you're not sending any data back to Facebook in terms of like, hey, at least optimize for qualified leads, right? You're just optimizing for leads. You're just going to get more and more and more leads. So the problem with having a lead vendor is they don't know what happens after you get the lead. That data is not being fed back to the Facebook pixel, so it's not being optimized, right? Imagine if, let's say, for example, you know, you were trying to train a dog, right? And you never gave the dog a treat when it sat or shaked. The dog would never learn. And it's the same thing. If you never send that positive data back to Facebook saying, hey, this person was a good lead, this person was a bad lead, it can't get trained and it can't get better, right? So you're just getting a bunch of junk traffic majority of the time. The other thing too is most lead vendors, they fail to target the right people. Again, because the incentives are misaligned, right? So this is reason number 2. Because the incentives are misaligned, their goal is to get you a name and a number for as low as a cost as possible, whatever data fields that they're sending you, and then sell it to you as much as a markup as possible. And you can't hate the hustle. Like, that's how you make money. It's not like they're doing anything wrong. Like, people that blame lead vendors or like lead vendors are the worst people in the world, like, you're kind of just an idiot. Like, it's just a business, right? Like, some of your clients probably think you're the worst person in the world because you get a commission off of them buying an insurance policy. Like, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's just you need to look out for your own best interests and find a model that makes sense, right? So the incentives are just misaligned. That's the only problem. It's not like they're bad people. Like, I know a lot of lead vendors. I used to sell individual leads in the past. Like, it's just a business, right? So the thing is, saw some lightning here. We're in Puerto Rico, so I'm sure these thunderstorms get crazy. The ads that they make, right? So again, I was talking about Facebook's data and their pixel and their algorithm and all that. Whatever you say in the ad is going to target a specific person. So for example, if I say, if you have a black shirt on, right? Well, the ad is going to optimize for people that have black shirts on, for example, right? Versus if I say, if you have a blue shirt on, I'm going to get a bunch of people that have blue shirts on, right? Another way that I could say that is if you like the color black, I'm going to get people that like the color black and have a higher likelihood of wearing a black shirt. Versus if I say if you like the color blue, I'm more likely to get a higher likelihood of people that have a blue shirt, right? Or higher quantity of people that have a blue shirt. So the same thing goes with targeting qualified people, right? Like, for example, a lot of people will say things when they run ads for like IUL. And they'll say, like, I know there's this one lead vendor. I think they commented on one of our YouTube videos because they were mad that we said that their ads were targeting the wrong people, which we've had some of their clients come to us. So, I mean, it's not a lie. The ad specifically said something. It was like, when you find out that you can get a $100 a month policy that lets you borrow from it tax-free to build a 6-figure income or something like that, right? So think about who you're actually going to attract with that ad. I'm not directly in the ad saying, hey, if you're broke and are going to charge back, click on this ad. But if you read between the lines, like, who am I going after? It's people that are looking for something that doesn't exist. They're looking for a life insurance policy to get them rich overnight. And when it doesn't make them rich overnight, what are they going to do? They're going to cancel it, and I'm going to get a charge back. So when you buy those leads, you get a bunch of people that are confused. You might be able to get them to buy, but they're not going to keep it. Versus if I say something like, hey, if you're already contributing towards retirement, but you're looking for a way to get more tax-free money outside of your 401k or Roth IRA, there's this life insurance strategy, or however you would say it, right? Like, obviously we have scripts. There's this strategy called a LIRP, life insurance retirement plan, that allows you to build and grow wealth tax-free and not have to pay any money on the gains, right? Now, 85% of Fortune 500 CEOs are actually using this plan, and I can't go into all the specifics in this video, but I put together a quick training that breaks down exactly how it works so you can see if it would be a good fit for you. So just click the link down below and access the training. That ad alone, like, based off of what I'm saying, if you're looking for more retirement outside of your 401k and Roth IRA, I'm more likely to get quality, qualified people, right? And if you want to have ads like that run for you so you can get higher quality leads, that's the exact thing that we do for people. We basically are a marketing partner, not a lead vendor. So we run the ads for our clients, help them generate the leads, and then kind of coach them through the entire process if they need help with selling those deals so they can write bigger policies. So if you want to learn more about that, click the link down below in the description. There's going to be a video that explains how it works step by step, and then feel free to book a call with us on the following page. Now, back to the video. The third thing that most people get wrong is that they don't own their own lead source, okay? So again, all of those things that I just talked about, if the ad is saying the wrong thing, you're going to get the wrong people. If you're not feeding the data back to the pixel, you're going to get the wrong people, and you're not optimizing for the right people. Like, I could literally go, like, what we do for clients is, like, if they say, like, let's say you're doing IULs and you're getting a ton of people that are, like, over the age of 56. Well, what we do is we literally just go into the ad and we set it up with an automation where if the person is over the age of 56, we don't even send the lead back to Facebook. So the only leads that are getting sent back to Facebook are under the age of 55. So obviously that jacks up the lead cost a little bit, but it means that the pixel is going to start optimizing for the right people, right? So hopefully I'm not confusing you guys with the marketing terminology. I know the majority of people don't have a ton of experience with it, but part of the reason that you probably get burned all the time is because you don't put any effort into understanding how marketing works, you know? Like, if I didn't know the definition of a clean house and then I just hire a maid, if I don't know what good looks like, I'm probably going to get burned a bunch. Same kind of thing. So I would put some effort into just understanding, at least on a base level, how it works. So that's the key, is you want to own your own marketing or be doing your own marketing, at least on some level, have some hand in it. And there's no congruency as well. Congruency is one of the most important things in a sales process, right? So if you ever talk to a lead vendor or marketer and they refuse to show you any of the ads that they're running or what it looks like, that is the biggest red flag you could possibly freaking have, because as the salesperson, I need to know what they saw in the marketing so I can tailor my messaging around that, right? Like, for example, if somebody clicks on an ad about, let's say someone was looking for wedding photography, but then I call them and I'm talking to them about wedding catering, like, there's incongruency, and that's going to cause friction in my sales process. Same thing if the ad is saying, become a millionaire overnight with this IUL policy, but then I'm calling and I'm like, hey, yeah, this is a slower growth, longer term strategy. It's not going to make you rich, but it allows you to, grow some of your wealth tax free. That's a major incongruency and it's going to cause a lot of issues. So you need to be tapped in with your marketing, with your marketer, to understand the full process. All right. And that is the last key piece, is make sure you understand what is going on, because you could have a great lead, great lead, but if you're saying something completely different than what they just filled out and were requesting information on, like if the ad doesn't say IUL and then you're calling and saying IUL, or if the ad doesn't say annuity and then you're calling and saying annuity, they're like, oh, no, I didn't click on anything about an annuity. I was looking for a retirement plan that, allows me to participate in some of the market gains without experiencing the market loss. It's like, we both know that's what an annuity is, but they don't know that. So you need to know where they're entering your sales process. So those are the 3 keys that make leads suck. If you want to fix those things, 1, you could go and watch a lot more of our YouTube videos to understand how marketing works on a fundamental level, and you could do it yourself. Or if you want to work with our team to have us run your ads, us do your marketing, first link in the description down below. Feel free to book a call. And if you guys want to see a video where I break down how you can actually use AI to get higher quality leads, click this video right here. See you in the next one.